Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor. I'm Connor O'Connor. Matt.
What? Oh, sorry. I've been trying to get in my minutes on a TikTok before it's gone, you know. I'm trying so hard. I still have probably like 40 videos from people that have sent me videos.
How many are from me?
21. 21. I have a problem where I don't watch the videos that people send me because I get too sucked into my For You page. But that's all gonna go away. That problem is gone as of the airing of this episode. It's all gone.
Well, no. Biden pushed it onto Trump.
Right. But the Supreme Court still said that it was constitutional and that it'll go through as far as I'm aware. And Trump's not going to do anything.
Well, there's a possibility. And I'm not saying this because I believe in Trump. I don't think he's able to do anything that's useful. But he has said, he flip-flopped on his position on TikTok and said that they've done great things for him. I think that's part of the reason why I was elected. Maybe 30% boost in my popularity because of TikTok. And so like he thinks it's a way to keep a younger demographic and like seem somewhat like a hero because of narcissism.
Right.
And then you also had the CEO of TikTok post a video saying that he went and had dinner at Mar-a-Lago with Trump and talked to him, and Trump has a plan to help save the app. Now, whether this is actually going to be anything, whether what the idea is actually going to resemble TikTok in the end, because one of the ideas is that it sells the U.S. data back to a U.S. company, but without buying the algorithm. But the reason why the app was successful is because of the algorithm, and why it's much better than any other short form content app currently on the market, including the other two that we use regularly to put out videos.
Yeah, absolutely. The other two. As of right now, until something changes, it seems as though TikTok is going to be gone. And I would like to very, very briefly have a moment of silence as we say goodbye to our dear, dear friend and say ni hao or hello to a brand new app. Brand new. Not really. It's not really brand new, but it's brand new to me. And I have joined it. I've joined on the bandwagon. It's Xiaohongshu or Red Note, what the Americans call it or whatever, you know. It's a new to me app that I have since joined. And it's kind of like a mix between Pinterest and Instagram and TikTok, which is why I love it. I have since become a TikTok refugee on Red Note. Is what they've called it. I have paid the cat tax that they require.
What is the cat tax?
You have to send pictures of your cats if you have any. Send pictures of my cats. I got a certificate to prove it. So great app so far. I'm liking it. It's full on Chinese controlled. It is a Chinese company rather than a Chinese subsidiary. And I'm waiting to see how long it takes for them to catch on and ban this one as well.
It's run by the Chinese government, right? Like it's
I don't know.
CCP.
It might be.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. Because
you didn't do any research into the app before downloading it?
Correct. I didn't even read the terms of service. I just clicked agree and went right on the app. Although I will say, listen. First of all, screw you, American government. I hate you. Second of all, it's actually got a much better environment than TikTok ever did. Like I feel like TikTok may have had a few months where it wasn't toxic at the beginning, and then it became so very toxic. And I'm hoping we don't bring all that toxic energy to Red Note as we migrate over to China. Although to be completely fair, most, I'm saying most, not all of the toxic people on TikTok may have been, and I'm saying most, not all, on a certain side of the political spectrum, right? That probably would not agree with a Chinese-based app, right? And move over to a full-on Chinese-based app. So maybe the toxic people will be few and far between. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That's all I'm saying.
The whole idea of moving from TikTok to Redbook or Red Note, what is it called?
It's I think it's all three. It's Xiaohongshu in Chinese. Red Note is like a one translation of it, and Red Book is another. So it might be like European, it's Red Book, and in America it's Red Note. I don't know, but it's Red Note on my app.
Okay.
So
one thing about it is it reminds me of that scene from The Office where Pam was like, "Stop dating my mom," and Michael's like, "You know what? I'm gonna
date her even harder,
even harder." It's like, so stop giving your data to the Chinese government.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to give my data to the Chinese government even harder.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. And I also went through the process of deactivating my Instagram account, my personal Instagram account. And I was going to deactivate my Facebook, but we were having some issues as far as admin access to the Garlic Boys Facebook. So I did not deactivate my Facebook because it would have also deactivated the Garlic Boys, which is weird. It's a pain.
I don't know how you got it, and I don't
either. You created it. I don't know how I have admin access and you don't, but I do, and I can't because I'm the only person somehow, again, with admin access, and Connor can't figure out how to get. I mean, I tried to invite him to admin access, and it just wasn't working.
What's wild is I can do everything on the app that needs to be done, or
Right.
like for the page and all that. But just for some reason, I'm not listed as an admin. Maybe because I own the page. I don't know.
I don't either. I really don't. Facebook is stupid, and if I could deactivate it, I would. But for right now, it is our home base. No, it's not. For right now, it is something that the company is utilizing, and I am not. I deleted the app. You should be proud of me. I have actually, I think I'm going through social media withdrawal, if I'm being 100% honest, right? So I got rid of Facebook and Instagram on my phone. Like, I do not have the apps anymore. And I go to the little folder with all my social media apps, and I go to click on Facebook or Instagram, and they're not there. And I start freaking out. I'm like, ah, crap. What do I do? I'm bored. I need something to do with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I hate not being on social media, but I think it's also going to be really good for me. My mood is already improved. Not 100%. I still want to die, but my mood is improved since not being on toxic social media.
I gotta find some way to send you memes though, because I went to send you a meme on Instagram and you weren't there.
Yeah, I kind of deactivated that one. That one, like, it's not even like I can still access it from my phone, or from my computer or something like that. I'm pretty sure I completely deleted my Instagram account. So I apologize. It sucks, but I think I'm going to be better off for it. I might have just done, if I'm being honest, I might have just suspended instead of deleted my account. So it might still exist. It's gone. I don't know.
I think you deleting the app is a pretty clever move because now you can't do any of the social media posting and it's all on me.
It's all your. No, I still have Garlic Boys.
No, but you said you deleted the Instagram app.
I have deleted the app, but I can still access the Garlic Boys Instagram on the mobile or the web version of Instagram. Growth. I think the thing I'm the most upset about with getting rid of TikTok, like if I didn't have so much saved on TikTok, like I don't care about the videos that I created myself. Like I know there are people that made themselves on TikTok, and that's absolutely fine. Small businesses, content creators, absolutely. I feel for you. I did not have a following on Facebook. You know what I had? Literally hundreds of favorited videos that I was going to use in the future for interviews, for wedding ideas, for other things. Travel tips, recipes. Oh my goodness, my biggest folder was recipes. Like I have so much saved on there, and it would take me hours and so much data space on my phone to save all of those videos. It's not even worth it at this point. I might try and go through tomorrow. I might try and go through, as in Saturday, before the impending doom on Sunday. I might try and go through it with Mia to save some wedding ideas and stuff like that. Because our wedding is coming up next year. Can you believe it? 2026, baby. Yeah, that's it. That's what I got. That's what. Can you? I don't like that. Here, wait. Okay. Wait. Okay.
On the topic though of like content creators and like. There's a lot of people that built themselves on TikTok, and that's where they were the most popular. And a lot of times the video formats don't really translate that well onto the other platforms.
Right.
And like YouTube Shorts just recently allowed you to go over 60 seconds.
Dang, really?
Yeah. And like Instagram Reels it's such a weird algorithm, and you don't usually get I don't get videos that I've liked before. Now, granted, my Instagram, a lot of the videos I get sent and I do send are like
really, really off the wall weird things.
They're hardcore memes, like
like.
But that's because I was using TikTok for like, oh, here's a 5-minute video to learn quickly about this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like. There's this TikTok group that called the Map Men that I watch. They also have Facebook. They also have a YouTube channel, but the videos on YouTube are the same videos they're posting on TikTok. But it's much like more consumable on TikTok than YouTube, because YouTube used to be great for short term. Like it used to be the short form, and so like if you had a movie or a video over 5 minutes. I think you couldn't even post over 15 minutes at a certain point. Like you needed to make short content to keep people's attention span and keep them moving. Like Charlie the Unicorn is like maybe 12 minutes long. And back in the day, that was such a long video to watch, but it was worth it because it was cringy and funny and like just out of the box. But now people are pulling up YouTube to watch 4-hour documentary series.
I know.
And like miniseries about things breaking down. I watched a 10-hour breakdown of every season of Survivor.
I was gonna ask why, but I know why. Dang, what? That's the only question that comes to mind when I hear those words come out of your mouth. That's insane.
Not diagnosed, but. But I'm not the only person watching it, though. These are communities that people are finding and like really enjoying. But there's a lot of things out there that people might not know that they enjoy if they didn't have a platform that like can push it out and recommend like-minded things. Like, there are creators who I would watch specifically on TikTok. Roll for Sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect TikTok videos. Because it's not long enough to make me want to watch it on YouTube. It's maybe 3 minutes long. but it's also not short enough that I'm gonna sit there and like I can still do something quick while I'm on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can go grab some water, listen to it while I'm walking around, and then that's something to keep my brain going as I'm moving from one point to another. Because if I sit alone in the dark, in the quiet, without something going on, I will scream.
I was just thinking that today. The reason I think I'm struggling so much with the social media, like the lack of, I guess, social media, is because if I sit for even 2 seconds with my own thoughts, I'll probably want to die again. That's why I play video games all the time. Like I'm constantly doing something all the time. I'm onto another video game. I beat it. So I go to another video game. I have hundreds of video games and I've tried probably 90% of them. Like I started playing all of them. And yeah, I get bored and then I move on to another one. But like I can't. I don't know what to say. I can't not do something. So that's why social media, especially like TikTok, just I could go on there for 10, 15, 20 minutes sometimes and scroll through some videos, sometimes hours, and that would affect my mood quite a bit. But like if I limited myself, I could go on there real quick for a couple videos and then turn it off, go do something else, then go back on TikTok for a couple minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was so nice to occupy those little tiny spaces that I don't want to be silent.
Now, were there times where it got out of hand? Yes.
Absolutely.
When I'm watching Hulu and I have ads, I then mute my computer and then watch TikTok on my phone for the 2.5 minutes that the ads are going.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not ideal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I gonna do it still? Probably.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's disappointing. And it's unnecessary. He's like, why did they get to decide what I do with my data? Like,
I don't know.
It's my data.
Yeah, 100% is. And it's not like we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like first of all, it's not like we don't know that it's not a quote unquote American based company, which it technically is, but it's owned by China. I get that. Or it's a subsidiary or whatever. And second of all, do all of the American based companies do the exact same freaking thing? They do. They do. It's not about holy crap. It's not about stealing our data. That's 100% not what this is about, right? It's about the fact that it's a Chinese-based app and they want us to hate China, right? But I'm on Red Note. Guess who all of the nicest people I've ever met are? Chinese people. Like I'm not saying that China and America should be BFFs, right? We have differences in opinions. Every country will. Every state in this nation does. You know what I mean? But they're not this epitome of evil. And I'm tired of America hating everybody. I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? I am tired of America hating everybody and making everybody hate everybody. Because we hate everybody in our own nation and we hate everybody outside of our own nation. Who's left? Nobody.
But the problem is there's so much fear that is being stoked up in people that like it's saying like, look what they're doing. Look what they're going to do. Look what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. And I honestly, that's on both sides. There are both sides of people saying they're going to do this to harm you in the end. And so because of that, American people are scared of everything.
Yep.
You can't find a topic where somebody doesn't fully believe one way or another about something. Like there's town halls and stuff during the election for people who are undecided voters. Like, are you really undecided? You really can't choose which way or another. because I believe there is a quote from either one of the candidates or one of the parties or representatives or something that has said something that you are scared of and is purposely going to use that so that you vote for them and not the other guy or the other person. And because of that, because of this constant state of fear that gets whipped up inside each and every one of us, whenever they go, oh, we're doing this for your protection, there are a group of people that are going, well, yeah, we need to be protected. There's so much to fear. But then when there's actual danger, they go, oh, don't worry about that. That one's fine. Like, well, okay, I guess they know. I mean, if there's something that's dangerous and something that's not, like, they're not going to just let something dangerous happen. And then that's how you get the number one leading cause of death in children being gun violence.
Yep. I'm so over this. Like, I have been over America. I've been overt about that. Like, there's no secret here. I have been over America for quite a while, right? Yeah. And I've been wanting to leave for quite a while. This is like, it's not even just the TikTok thing, right? But this whole like fear mongering thing that's just constant, and the fact that Trump's like, we should take over Canada and Greenland and the Gulf of Mexico. Like, this, why can't we be separate nations and just live in harmony? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Instead of trying to take over everybody. We're fine. We're happy here. We're fine in the confines of our own stinking dang landmass.
But it's the same thing though. Again, it's well, if we don't do this, what's stopping them from doing it? Because that's a thought that they're gonna have, or why not do this? We can do it. Why we deserve it? And then like it just perpetuates these ideas. Like there was the confirmation hearings for the Secretary of Defense this week.
Yeah,
and it's Seth Haux or some dude from Fox News. I don't know his name. I don't care enough to know his name because he has repeatedly been called out for coming to work drunk. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're an on-camera TV personality. But one day when he was on camera, they were doing axe throwing and he hit a guy.
Yeah,
didn't hurt him from what I could tell. Like the axe didn't go in him, but that's not safe. Now that's allegedly that's what I heard in my report in reportings. But what happened in the hearing is they asked him if he routinely came to work drunk and if that was something he said, and he responded with those allegations were false and they were misproven. Which how can they be false and also misproven? Thank you. There was some sort of like hypocrisy in the phrasing he was using. And then one of the Republican people, senators, whatever they're called in there, is like, oh, how many of us have come to work drunk and voted on something after being out at a dinner with a late night vote? Hey, bud, that's not right either. You can't just say, well, he could do it because you do it. And like, no, they shouldn't be doing it either.
Well, how many of us
them out for that?
How many of us normal Americans have hit people with our car and swept it under the rug because we're politicians and we can do that? Am I the only one? Really? Right?
We've done that. We've all done that, right, guys?
I hate this country. I do. And I'm so sorry that we have spent all of this time, dear listeners, talking about politics. That wasn't my intention. I'm frustrated, right? Like I have a right to be frustrated and sit here and air this on the internet, right?
I don't think it's wrong for us to express frustration because in a sense we're losing, like we're not a big platform online. We're
losing probably one of our biggest helpers, I guess,
right,
to our popularity.
One thing that really helped us grow and helped get us out there, and where we are the most popular online, is being taken away from us.
Yeah,
and it was an opportunity for us to keep growing. So like we're still going to be doing everything we can on other places, and we really hope that those listening like share us and tell their friends about us, and like people continue to just take a chance on us and like listen. But like the reason we spend so much time talking about this, it sucks. And it really does. Like, and when you grow up being told like whatever you want to achieve, you can. You just have to put in the hard work and like really that pull yourself up by your bootstraps mentality,
Right.
which is only half of what that phrase is actually. Like, the pulling yourself up by your bootstraps is meant to be ironic because you're not able to do that. It's not
Right.
supposed to be a motivational thing. But like when you finally have the opportunity to do that, you claw your way through, you create a space for yourself where you can have a living, make money, enjoy what you do, and have like true peace in your life. Not necessarily us, but like so many people that I know on TikTok that have families that have built a brand, have built themselves into something new. And for the government to then say, well, we can't have that.
It's because they're threatened by it, right? Like, it's because we finally had a platform where we could all come together and connect and hear each other's voices, right? And small businesses, which is like the enemy, right, of big businesses, these big, Fortune 500 companies, whatever, that are making millions of dollars exploiting everybody and buying up every company that they can possibly buy up. They're threatened by people actually supporting small businesses. Right, because they're not getting the money that we are now giving small businesses. And TikTok was a huge small business platform. Like it's dang near like Etsy level, right? Like there was so much small business thriving on TikTok. And of course, because they can't do without a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 in their $1 million companies, because they just need every freaking cent that they can get, they had to go and ruin a good thing. And you know what? I think I want to be done talking about this. Let's have an enjoyable podcast. Thank you for listening to that that rant.
You want to talk about something enjoyable?
I do.
Did you watch Skeleton Crew?
I have not finished it. I'm 2 episodes behind. I'm sorry. It's incredible.
That was the only topic I prepared to talk about this week.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. It's incredible so far. I will say, like, I know that the last 2 episodes have aired, and it's my fault that I didn't watch them. I love it. It's a fun show, and yeah, it's kind of geared towards kids, but like, it's still a really good show with really cool themes.
I think you're on what I consider maybe the best episode of the season.
Okay.
Have you watched episode 6 yet, or like?
Is there 8 episodes?
Yeah.
I've watched episode 6.
Okay. So I say that I think this is the best episode. This is not just because I met Bryce Dallas Howard and she directed the episode, but I think it did an incredible job at bringing heart to the show, making us connect with these kids and these characters in this world, but also keeping up the story, the pace, and everything as it moved through, to where like you don't get bored, that it's like really supposed to be a character growth episode where these kids are kind of coming into their own now, and is truly just like okay, this is how we kind of springboard into the back half of the season here. Like it's really good. It made my heart happy to watch, and how it then like pushes everything forward into the finale and where we go with it. I think it's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be watching the last 2 episodes here, probably tomorrow. I'm very excited to see where this ends up. It's been great so far, and I hope was it good? Did it end well, I guess?
Oh yeah.
All right. Good. Then I'm excited. Go ahead. I
will say Bryce Dallas Howard did give us a spoiler for the show when we talked there. I don't think she meant to, because you could see it was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But it was like, knowing that going through the episode, I was like, I was waiting for that shoe to drop, and when it wasn't like all at once it progressed that shoe. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it just, without giving anything specific away, I'm just going to say Jude Law is an incredible actor, dude.
Okay.
He's so good.
So I have had this issue, right, with Jude Law. He's a really great actor. I've heard some not so great things about him personally.
Oh, I haven't.
I think it was how he treated female co-stars. I don't remember. I don't remember, if I'm being 110% honest. And honestly, it could be just somebody spouting off nonsense because I didn't look into it. But yes, he has been awesome in this show so far. Absolutely awesome. He's been a really fun character. And it's giving a lot of, like, I think he's like the biggest mystery right now of the show. I mean, obviously the last 2 episodes have aired and it's not really mystery anymore, I'm sure. For me, he's been like the biggest mystery of the show. Like, is he playing tricks on them? Is he actually nice? Is he actually bad? Is he actually force sensitive? Like, it has been such a fun mystery to get like bits and pieces throughout the series. And I like it. I like it a lot. While you're doing that, have you watched The Rookie? The Rookie.
I do just want to say I cannot find anything about Jude Law.
Okay, then maybe it was incorrect.
Except for a little bit of a cheating scandal in 2005.
Oh.
But I will say he does not have a controversy page on his Wikipedia.
Good.
And so, to me, if you don't have a full section and because a lot of times that may be like one paragraph. If somebody's not writing a paragraph about how bad of a person you are, like I think there's a little bit of grace there. Don't cheat, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
that's wrong. Okay. If it's unfounded and if it was just somebody spouting nonsense, then or like a rumor.
That
absolutely.
was 2 minutes of me looking on the internet. And,
right.
So like it could be way deeper than that. I'm not going to say he's like perfect little angel. I don't think anyone in Hollywood is, but we're trying to keep it light. So I'm going to move on from that.
I've been rewatching Daredevil, I think is why my time has been like, I haven't been watching the new shows, like the new episodes coming out, because I want to rewatch Daredevil before Daredevil Born Again comes out, because I just saw the trailer and it was awesome.
The trailer for it looks absolutely sick.
It looks sick.
Like that last 5 seconds looks absolutely brutal. And that was the best part about the Netflix show. And so if we're still getting like absolute brutality in a Daredevil show, I think it's going to be fantastic.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. One thing I didn't notice until I rewatched it is that they directly reference like the events of the main MCU. I didn't realize, I think it was because they were on Netflix. I didn't realize that they were connected. Like, I knew they were by Marvel, but I didn't realize that they had little connections in the series.
The connections were loose.
Right. To make it kind of standalone-ish, but also
right. Like technically they were part of it. And it wasn't until I think Hawkeye that like it was kind of confirmed that like, okay, well, Vincent D'Onofrio now is Kingpin, but is it the same Kingpin or is this a different one? And then in Spider-Man No Way Home, you get the Daredevil cameo, She-Hulk, and so like, and then in Echo, Kingpin is the villain in that. So you're like, okay, so we have these examples of these characters in this universe, but there hasn't been a confirmation, but that these are the same characters from the Daredevil show. Yeah. And so like this now is like, okay, these are the same ones. Everything that had happened has happened in this universe, because we see Rabbit in the snowstorm with the blood stain on it from Kingpin in the final fight in season 3. We also see Frank Castle, John Bernthal coming back in this series.
Yep.
The same actor for Foggy Nelson, for Karen Page, which I will say, I don't know what kind of like 5-year whatever glow up that actor has had. Foggy Nelson looks so hot in that trailer. He was in it for maybe 2 seconds, and I went, "Okay, Foggy."
He was like,
He was like trimmed, like his beard was trimmed nicely, like he had a fresh haircut. It seemed like. I was like, okay, and I don't. Maybe it was because I'm so used to seeing everyone bloodied and beaten on that show, but it was just like he looked so well put together, and like Karen was there, and like
I love Deborah Ann Wall. I love her.
Yeah.
She's awesome. I'm very excited.
But we have confirmation that all of those characters are still in this universe. And so like there's then the possibility that Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, all of them can come back. There was a reference to the like in the trailer, you can see a poster that references the lounge that Luke Cage now owns, that was owned by Cottonmouth and all of them. And so like there is a window of opportunity.
My buddy, you forgot the best character out of all of the Netflix superhero characters.
Elektra, yes.
Iron Fist. Danny Rand, man, the best character in the whole thing.
Did they make an Iron Fist TV show?
They did. They made an Iron Fist TV show and a Defenders TV show, which he was a part of.
I remember the Defenders TV show. Don't remember there being an Iron Fist TV show.
Yep. It was the best one, honestly. It was honestly
your takes on movies and
cinematic
television are absolute garbage.
It was top tier cinematic masterpiece.
I think a dog could take a crap in front of you and you'd be like, that's Oscar worthy right there, bud.
It was absolute the best acting out of all the series.
Wrong.
It had the best casting out of all of the series.
Wrong.
You're right. It was terrible.
Explain the plot of Iron Fist to me.
I don't remember.
Go ahead. Yeah, exactly.
There was a guy, Danny Rand, right? And he was lost in Kunlun, right? And then he came back many years later, and there was a guy, his dad's business partner, that actually killed his dad, took over the company and didn't want to give it back to Danny now that he was of age. And so the whole thing was them fighting over the company.
Are you sure you're not getting that confused with the season 1 plot of Arrow?
100%. It's the exact same story. I'm not even kidding. It's the exact same story, except one has fists and one is good with a bow.
One of those television shows was good. Did I ever tell you I considered getting an arrow, like a Green Arrow tattoo at one point?
No.
Because of how good that show was. I wanted to get an arrow down my arm here.
Nice.
With the words "You have failed the city." And I was like, that's gonna look cool.
That's so badass, man.
And then I thought about it for longer than 20 minutes, and I was like, no, it's not gonna be cool.
That would have been rough. I'm glad you didn't. Like, especially with the state. I mean, I guess they're kind of done now, right? Are they still making new episodes of any of those shows?
Superman and Lois was the last one, and it just finished.
So now that is done, okay, it was great when it started out. I loved Arrow when it started out. It was awesome. I liked Flash when it started out. I liked DC Legends of Tomorrow a little bit. There was some really good moments in that Arrowverse kind of series. But looking back, it was so cheesy.
I mean, it was a CW drama just dressed in a costume straight up.
Yeah.
It was melodramatic, and it truly wasn't recognizable to characters you'll see in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, the comics will change a character to be more like the media representation. You see that in Marvel a lot.
Yeah.
Where their characters start kind of looking like the actors a little bit more. So you have that relation. That didn't happen in DC Comics. And there were a lot of things that those characters were known for looking like that they never did on the show either.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Amell and Grant Gustin, neither of them are blonde, and both Barry Allen and Oliver Queen are blonde in the comics, like aggressively blonde, like the ducks next to me blonde.
Yeah.
And also, like, the Reverse Flash is supposed to have gotten plastic surgery to look like the Flash, and like part of the reason why he becomes a villain is because he wants to get the same recognition the Flash did, but couldn't, and so he comes back to torment Barry, and in accidentally kills one of his ancestors, and so he becomes like a time refugee in there, I think. And just like the Flash showed thought so many things out and thought ahead on so many things very well, but then once they like got past the looming threat of Crisis, and Barry disappearing and the Flash disappearing in Crisis, the show was like, okay, so
what now?
What do we do? We don't have any more like guys that are really fast that he could fight against, do we? And they're like, oh no, we have this one guy that really doesn't have a lot of lore in the comics that we could use and just make however we want. And then they fight with lightning swords. It got really weird towards the end.
I mean, there's only so many times that you can say, Barry, you have to go faster before it gets impossible and redundant. Right? Like, Barry, he's faster than you, but I'm the fastest man alive. You have to go faster. Okay.
Let me put on my applicator that allows me to take in the tachyon particles. No.
It got redundant. It got redundant.
The one thing, though, I will never forgive the CW for is their cancellation of the Legends of Tomorrow and the circumstances around it. Not because of like anything that happened backstage or numbers or anything, but the final scene of that show is Donald Faison, who is Turk from Scrubs.
Yeah.
Dressed in a gold golf uniform, like visor, hat, like all of that, on a World War I bunker like battlefield, playing golf, and it's revealed that he is Booster Gold. And then we never get to fully experience that. You don't even know who Booster Gold is.
I don't. But at the same time, that's a why would okay.
This is a wild show.
Here, I got you. Booster Gold.
I know if you watch the old Justice League cartoon, the Justice League Unlimited, I think there's a main episode that focuses on Booster Gold, and I think if you see him, you'll recognize.
I do not recognize it. I'm sorry, I don't know.
So I guess your goal to disappoint me.
Yes, you are correct.
Wow, you're too kind.
You're welcome, buddy. Look at that. That's cool. All right. Cool stuff. Donald Faison, Booster Gold.
You looking him up in the outfit?
Yeah.
We never got to experience it.
No, we did not. That's unfortunate. It really is.
One of the most unfortunate things about it is Booster Gold spends a lot of time with Ted Kord's version of Blue Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, people really wanted Zach Braff to play Ted Kord.
Oh.
Because like
awesome.
It was a great way to like build a friendship and like
right. They already have
real friendship and build it.
They already have T-Mobile chemistry, right? Like how much more could you want?
Right. it's those two and then John Travolta for some reason. You know what I always forget is that John Travolta can sing. Like when he came out into that in that commercial, and I was like, "Why is John Travolta here?" And then he sang. I was like, "Is that real?"
He in our lifetime. I guess one was technically before our lifetime, but in our lifetime, he has been in at least 2 movies where his entire role is just singing. Grease and Hairspray. And they were very popular movies. How do you forget this? Listen.
I love Hairspray too.
Right. not everybody who sings on screen is actually singing, right? Like Troy, Zac Efron in
Zac
the first
Efron in the first one, yeah.
High School Musical. He wasn't singing, but later on he was. I get that, but like he's got like one main lead and then two kind of supporting cast character singing quite a bit.
Well, here's the thing. Just looking him up, he doesn't even just have musical soundtracks.
Mhm.
He has released solo music.
Really?
There's an album called Travolta Fever,
Go him.
which has 31 songs on it.
Dang. What an album. That's like an A, a B, and a C side.
There's 4 sides,
Good Lord.
and that was released early in 1978, before he was in Greece.
Wow.
And then there's a few other ones, but like he was like known for singing a little bit.
Probably how he got his part in Grease.
Probably. He did a Christmas album with Olivia Newton-John.
Mm-hmm.
The last single he put out was a song called "I Thought I Lost You." Now this is for the movie Bolt. He sings in it.
What?
Yes, he was Bolt. I don't know if you remember that.
He was Bolt?
He was Bolt. Without looking it up, can you tell me who the girl was?
Miley Cyrus. Yeah. Get on my level.
How do you just remember that so quickly?
Get on my level.
Dang, okay. I can't remember the last time I watched Bolt.
I can't either. It was probably the day it came out.
Let's look at Bolt. Who do we have as cast here? We got Bolt as the main character. Miley Cyrus as Penny, the owner of Bolt. And then as the young Penny is Chloe Grace Moretz.
Ooh, yeah, I know who she is.
See, every time you say that, I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
I'm being 100% serious. I know who that is.
Susie Essman, I'm not sure who that is. Mike Daniel McDonald, or no, Malcolm McDowell. Do you remember him?
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
Ready? I know how to tell you who it is.
Okay.
Do you remember the episode of Psych where Sean's trying to get British diplomatic immunity?
Yes.
The ambassador was Malcolm McDowell.
Oh, yes. Gotcha.
He was also in A Clockwork Orange.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how it is. You're not going to remember that.
No.
Diedrich Bader was in it. He does a lot of voices. Do you remember the Batman, the Brave and the Bold?
No. I don't think I watched that.
It was the one where Batman like always teamed up with another hero through every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, he played Batman in that. Gregory German, you're not going to know him.
Nope.
There's no way. James Lipton, nothing I can tell you. Randy Savage. Do you go ahead? Who do you think he is?
No. Do I what?
No.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
He was Bonesaw McGraw in the first Spider-Man movie.
Bonesaw. Yeah.
And there's a bunch of other people that you're probably not going to remember.
Correct.
And Nick Swardson as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought of a movie that I need to tell you about before we end.
Okay.
I want you to continue if you had more that you would.
No, I was just going to ask if you recognized who Nick Swardson was, but
no. I do not. Okay. All right. So this movie, all right, it's a terrible movie. It's a comedy horror movie, right?
Okay.
It's got it just came out in 2020, okay? And it's by the same people who put out not Say Cheese and Die, that's a Goosebumps. Happy Death Day or something like that. It doesn't matter.
A24?
I think so. Either that or
Blumhouse.
I think it's Blumhouse. But anyway, it had the one guy in it, you know?
Are you talking about Freaky?
Yes. Yes, I'm talking about Freaky.
It's Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, thank you. So it was so good, but so bad at the same time. So it's a Freaky Friday situation. Quite literally, it takes place on Friday the 13th, and the name is Freaky Friday, where they switch bodies, right? So the main character gets targeted by a serial killer, Vince Vaughn, and he uses a magical knife that makes them switch bodies. And so he's in her body and she's in his. And then she has to convince her friends to help him get her body back by using the knife, within 24 hours or whatever like that. Wild movie. I had so much fun watching it. I was actually laughing. Like, it wasn't like a cringy, terrible movie, but it took a lot of like the normal horror movie tropes and kind of just had fun with them. Vince Vaughn, almost comparable to Jack Black and Jumanji, right? Like, so funny for a man to be playing like a young teenage girl.
Right.
Hilarious. And Vince Vaughn played it so well.
Do you know this is not Vince Vaughn's first forte into the horror genre?
Really?
Yes. He was in an early 2000s remake of Psycho.
Oh, boy.
And it was not good.
I can't imagine it was. I really enjoyed this movie. It was really good. Like, not cinematic, masterpiece, right? But enjoyable. As far as like horror comedy goes, pretty dang enjoyable.
It's funny that you bring up this movie because I was looking into Vince Vaughn last night and I was reminded about that movie. I was looking into him because we watched the Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story last night.
Yeah.
Because Autumn had never seen it. And so I was just doing my normal thing about Googling the actor or whatever I'm watching just so I have some other like second form of entertainment going while I'm watching a movie. Gonna be honest, I know she's listening, but she wasn't laughing enough at the movie, I think.
That just hurts. That just hurts. Agnes, come on. Where's your sense of fun and humor?
I think you could have done better. And I'm hurt that you don't like that movie. No, I'm kidding.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. You can cry on my shoulder since her shoulder is cold and icy.
Well, dude, just calm down. Okay. Let's remember who you're yelling at.
Sorry, Agnes. I'm sorry.
Don't see me coming on here calling me a snow queen. Back off, brother.
Back off, bro. This has been fun. This has been real fun.
I'm so tired.
Me too. I was on the way home tonight and falling asleep, just like you were earlier. Oh, shoot. That wasn't on air. Never mind.
I'm going to end this now.
Good.
Thank you so much for listening. As always, you can find us on, I guess not as always. Moving forward, you can still find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. Head on over to patreon.com/thegarlicboys to support us. We got new episodes of the TGB One Shots after show bonus actions going up over there. Couldn't remember what it was called for a second. That's not great. Because we're hoping to be able to start releasing new episodes of TGB One Shots soon. As well as more episodes of the Clever Boy Quiz. We took a small season break there on that as well, but we got more of those two shows coming at you, so be sure to look out for those as they're coming out. And we post on social media about those hopefully as well. And if you want to watch video versions of this show, and you can also watch video versions of the Clever Boy Quiz over at youtube.com/@thegarlicboy. Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report for this week?
Do I? What all did we talk about? I don't remember. We talked about John Travolta in Hairspray.
I think we've done that one before, but I'll allow it.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Felicity from Arrow because at one point they have a kid that comes back from the future.
dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, stay tuned because I'm going to make a secret account that Connor doesn't know about on Red Note. So I'll see you over there, folks.
Thank you so much for listening. And remember, as always, to stay garlicky.
No, really, though, I'm going to do it.
Are you going to like make an account for the show or just like...
I already have a personal account. I'll make an account for the show.
Oh, all right. If you want to run it, go for it. I'm not going to.
Absolutely. Get millions of followers over there. Chinese followers, but still.
Right. Listen.